Okay, obviously not our best tonight, but I thought we showed some maturity at the end and grinded the win out, and we're 2-0. But not up to our standard. I think it starts first and foremost. I think you all know we're going to take care of the football here, and you can't turn the football over, especially in the red zone. We did that, and you can't do that. Defensively, we let up the one big play. Take that away. I thought our defense did a good job, but we entered this off week, and that's probably not a good term for it. It's a work week, and we have to take great strides as a football team. But I think there's a lot of teachable moments. Going to be a great film to teach off of. A lot of valuable lessons. When you have a young football team, 65 first and second year players, there's some great illustrations. So. Obviously looking forward to watching the film. I thought Delaware State did a great job. Sooner or later you guys are going to know that I don't talk coach speak. I speak the truth. I told you they were a good football team. They're a physical football team. I thought they came in here and played physical. They're well coached and they did a great job, and I want to commend them because they gave us all that we could handle. But we have to get better in a hurry, and there'll be a great sense of urgency. So I'll answer any questions you may have.
How disturbing is it that 4 of those turnovers were by your quarterback?
Well, very disturbing, and I think he'll be the first to tell you is that he's the caretaker of the football. It all starts with the quarterback, and he's got to learn to throw the football away if it's not there, and so it's something that he's not done in practice, training camp, or in the first game. So obviously those are great teaching lessons that we have to go back to work on. But we cannot turn the football over.
Was this kind of the perfect storm, so to speak, or coming off an emotional win against a conference rival in Delaware? You have this game against an FCS opponent, knowing you have a bye week and then Virginia Tech coming up. Was it kind of the perfect time to have maybe that kind of a mental?
Well, I think it's the maturity of a football team. Where you take hold and all you had to do is watch them on film and you know that they're a good football team. So, you got to rely on your training, you got to rely on practice, you got to, you only get, that's what makes college football different. You only get 12 opportunities. It's not baseball, it's not basketball. You have 12 opportunities. You work 365 days a year for 12 opportunities working to get to 13. And so every game is critical. So I just think, there's a lot of valuable teach moments, and I think every person has to do a gut check. Did they prepare themselves physically and mentally? So much is the mental part of it, and in the gap, I keep saying it, FCS, Division I, 1AA, whatever you want to call it, there's not much difference, and I think people need to start understanding that.
How much will the bye week schedule change because of this? Will you do anything that maybe you wouldn't have done if they would have?
No, I have it already planned out. And this is going to be a monumental week for us in the development of our football team in all 3 phases. So, I already, kind of have the week scripted out of what we're going to do, what we need to do. Obviously, we got some great teaching aids in terms of the video from tonight's game. And just overall consistency. Great teams are consistent week in and week out. It doesn't matter who the opponent is. And so we got to go back to work, and we have a lot of work to do with this football team.
Why didn't Chisholm and Fry play?
Chisholm was held out with an injury. He could have played, but what happens is if he would have injured a little bit more, then it starts to prolong things. And the same thing with Drew Fry.
They both could play?
Yes. And it's great to see, one man's absence is another man's opportunity. And I thought Damon Julian really sparked us, made some big catches for us, playing in place of Alex, and that was great to see.
George Wynn, another nice game for him. He's really kind of taken the reins on that running back job, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has, and again, he was consistent, but I think what you saw with our offense is we didn't have the big plays that you need. We needed to be perfect, and there's a couple times where, we had some long runs, or we had this drop-down safety, and all we had to do was make one guy miss. And they did a great job of tackling in space. And again, for us to run the type of offense up-tempo that we want, we need more big plays in our offense.
Can you say what the injuries were, basically?
Lower body extremities. So I've been warned by our administration, we have a policy not to comment on injuries, but they will be back. Dominic Battle, I tell you what, it was great to see. Playing in his first action since South Florida last year, we put him at safety, and he made the big hit on their sideline on a big third down play to jar the ball loose, which was great to see. And I think you'll see Dominic, getting more and more repetitions as the season goes. But it was great to see him back on the field. I know it uplifted our team as well.
Is he safety now?
Right now, he'll work at safety, yes. And the great thing about him is he's played so much football. You could see him at nickel, you could see him at corner. But, we need to get some competition at the safety spot. And so, I thought that was a great move to put him there.
Is that also a better position for him with the type of injury he had, the safety?
No, I don't know if it's because we play so much man with our safeties as well. But it's just, again, he's worked so hard. It's those things, we say about living in a sports center society. You only see the highlights. Well, here's a young man that comes in at 6:30 in the morning every day and does his due diligence in the training room and get himself back. So he's very proud that he's back there.
Aaron Chanel, okay?
Yeah, it's an ankle. He's kind of hobbled around by it, but he came back in the game. He finished the game, and he's fine. He just basically twisted it.
About Corey Mason.
We'll see. Corey was adamant about getting up, and obviously we're going to err on player safety, and so we wanted to make sure we took every precautionary. I'll know a little bit more on him. It was a great collision, a great hit, but I'll know a little bit more on him, tomorrow.
Damon Julian looked like he provided a physical presence at wide receiver. Just talk about his play.
He did. It was great to see again. Damon got a tremendous opportunity. He's waited for it. He's worked extremely hard, and he has a physical style of play. We've challenged him for the last couple of weeks. It was great to see him step up. He's worked so hard for this opportunity, and he really sparked us.
On defense, Aaron Riverson as well came in.
Oh yeah, and again, Aaron was an individual who had won the nickel job in training camp, and then was slow with some injuries. And to get him back now full strength and work him in, and again, everything is about competition. And we'll go back this week and we'll compete in a lot of spots.
Can there be a positive side to a game like this to humble guys and maybe refocus some people over the next 2 weeks?
Absolutely. Well, the positive is we're 2-0 and we won a football game. But there is a lot of teaching points. And like I said, I don't want to sit here and diminish how hard Delaware State played and how physical they were. But it does. I think it makes everyone have a gut check of how they're preparing, how they're living their life. Are they getting enough nutrition, enough sleep, going to class, everything that we talk about the standards in our football program. And so it does. It gives us a lot of teaching points, especially with a lot of young players.
What was Munchie's demeanor like after going up with the locker?
Ready to come in and watch film. Obviously there's probably no one who's more disappointed in his play than himself, but, a couple of them weren't all Munchies. It's a team game, and, we have an expression, one wrong, all wrong. And all it takes is 1 out of 11 to be wrong, whether it's a receiver run the wrong route, an offensive lineman don't block his guy, so it's a team game. And so I know he's a very prideful individual, and this is again going through the maturation of a quarterback. And every great quarterback I've been around, every quarterback you see, they go through these phases, and they're great teaching opportunities.
Did you anticipate a game like this would happen in his first year as a starter?
I anticipate close games every game. I mean, that's the world that we live in competition in college football. That's why you play the game.
Anything else, guys? Or Parker Eric, is he started going forward as the guard position?
He started, but that'll continue to be ongoing. That'll be a weekly competition who has the best practice.
Thank you.